The art of filmmaking, to me, is to take someone on a journey, whether it's fantasy or real life, trying to convince someone that something exists, although it may not exist. You would have blacks in white films. They were epitomized as buffoons and clowns and mammies and bucks and, the stereotypical. There's a certain kind of history that is not told about early black filmmaking. Let me say this. This art was for all people, colored people at that time. They didn't expect any other audience to come in, but it was our drama that we wanted to see on the screen. Most museums are started by either wealthy people or by some form of government. So this is my contribution because there was no museum speaking to the story of African Americans in cinema.
I'm awful sorry, Mr. Perkins. Yes, I know. That's right. Why, if the Harlem Protective Association had been looking out after things, nothing would have happened.
This is where we see the role of the museum. Establish a cultural place to showcase early black cinema, to talk about it, to archive and collect film images, posters, writings, scripts. It would be a repository. And we do show films that are sometimes not pleasing to people. Then there's the lighted side. We show films on comedy.
Stay on your own side of the fence. Don't try to cross the line.
This is a space created out of everyone asking us, show us something of your collection. So we got together with the chief curator and a few members, and we decided to take this office space and turn it into sort of a showroom of some of the collection. And this is a beautiful gown from the Dorothy Dandridge collection. As a movie star, she wore these gowns. It becomes a collectible item. So this is the actual suit from the film X, one of the Zoot suits, and we keep it covered up, complete with gold chain, the spats, all of the frills, even the hat. Another item that we're proud of is James Brown, Godfather of Soul, cape. Ooh, isn't it beautiful? Whoa. An exquisite item. Occasionally people will send items in to us. Someone sent a script in this past summer, said they found it in an attic. And of course, we accepted it. Then there are some cases where people want to sell items. And in this economy now, it's hard for a museum to stay operating, less more than buying stuff. So we are relying on the public to either donate items or we go out and curate a show. For example, we curated the Dorothy Dandridge show, the James Brown show, and vintage posters. I like this piece because this is a part of news clippings and photographs. Malaga is a wonderful film. You have to watch it at least 3 or 4 times to understand it. Tamango, about a slave ship, and she plays a young slave girl. And in fact, this film was banned from the United States, but it only showed in Europe and South America. Back here, this is from the Bill Cosby Ghost Dead film, 1980. And of course, in that film, Bill Cosby was able to pull out all kind of, like magic. It was like a magic kind of suit, and it had different pockets with different things. He would go in and find stuff. This is what you call a showgirl's costume with the tutu and the top piece. There are books that were different by famous people that we're collecting. Red Fox doll. Ah, yes, one of our benefactors, Lionel Hampton. So the story behind that, he called me up to visit him, and then he opened up a checkbook and asked me to write my own amount in there. So I was like, whoa. When I tell that story, people said, you're right. They know that I visit him because he always did it to everyone. When people needed money, he would never write. He said, write your own. A gentleman called me. He said, I got a lot of Lena Horne stuff. And man, did he. He was her personal special assistant. And when she passed away, he was ready to share his collection.
Look down that lonesome road before you travel on. Look up and seek your Maker, for Gabriel blows his horn. Weary toting such a load, trudging down that lonesome road.
I used to cringe when I would see this thing with American films, this big, huge montage of all the films, and we were looking like, there's not one black film in this fast-moving thing of, it goes like this. It shows all these films. So that's why we're here, to tell our story. So, right, go ahead, America, you tell your story. We'll tell our stories from the black perspective. That's why we have the Museum of African American Cinema, because we can tell our story.